17 army jawans have been martyred in a terror attack at an army unit in Uri sector of Jammu and Kashmir. Army DGMO has confirmed 4 terrorists belonging to Jaish-e-Mohammed carried out this cowardly attack. He also stated guns and grenades with Pakistan marking have been recovered from the slain terrorists. According to Army, a group of heavily armed terrorists targeted the administrative base of a unit. The Indian Army suffered one of its biggest casualties as 17 soldiers were killed and more than 25 injured in an attack on an army camp in Uri. And while 2 out of the 3 terrorist squads which infiltrated Pakistan in fact have been neutralized, one terror group is still believed to be out on parole.
Pakistan-backed terrorists striking in the valley once again. 17 army jawans martyred in a cowardly terror attack on India's army camp. Days before the dastardly attack, according to intelligence input, 3 Fidayeen squads crossed over the line of control. Even the former army general has claimed that he had warned the army about the impending attack.
And I want to quickly bring in India Today's editor Shiv Arur for more on this story. Shiv, what more are your sources telling you?
Well, this is a desperate Pakistan doing what it does best, Gaurav.
India Today was the first to report 2 days ago that Pakistan is getting desperate to make global headlines on Jammu and Kashmir ahead of Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's address to the United Nations General Assembly.
Alert has been shared with the Jammu and Kashmir police, the CRPF and the army.
After the 3-day-long gun battle, 1 terror squad was neutralized in Poonch on September 12th. However, the 2nd Pakistani terror squad reached Uri and targeted the army camp. Adding to the security agency's worries, the 3rd Fidayeen squad is still on the prowl. Sources suggest it is looking for soft target along Srinagar highway and can target any army, CRPF, BSF locations or convoy. With around 5 heavily armed and highly trained terrorists believed to be traveling together, the security forces are on high alert. Bureau Report, India Today.
Let me at this moment also introduce our guests who are in the studio. Major Gaurav Arya is a defense analyst who is here with us. Also Major General Shankar Murthy and Executive Editor Gaurav Sawant. Gaurav, let me first come to you because that report, in fact, that information was brought to you on India Today from your sources. You know, how important as of now is for the Indian Army to locate and neutralize this other Fidayeen group? They are trying to do a similar sort of operation somewhere else, and it also exposes Pakistan when it says that these terrorists are homegrown. These are Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists and who are coming from across the border.
Absolutely, Ankit. From what my sources told me first on Friday, they said that there will be a spectacular strike very soon to coincide with Pakistan's Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's address at the United Nations General Assembly, because Pakistan wants world attention on Kashmir. Then sources said there will be a 3-pronged attack. The way it was happening, the way it was happening first in Poonch, terrorists had entered to attack the Poonch brigade. They failed, so they entered a mini secretariat. They were neutralized there. They were isolated and neutralized. The second set of terrorists succeeded in hitting at the Poonch brigade, a battalion rear. What does this show? They have access to intelligence. Where will security be most vulnerable? Their operations, the terrorists are very well armed, they're very well trained. They went in with incendiary weapons. They set on fire the fuel dump. So they knew where was the fuel dump. They hit the residential barracks and tents. They caused massive casualties. What is very alarming is the fact that there is one more group of Fidayeen, according to sources in the agencies, who say that this group could either be heading towards Srinagar or South Kashmir to target the army, the police or the CRPF.
Right, so that's the story that Gaurav Sawant broke here first on India Today. So the challenge for the security forces, the army, not over yet. Let me at this point of time bring in Major General Shankar Murthy. Sir, this is almost act of war. Our soldiers are being targeted from people, those who have been trained by the Pakistani army, are foreign terrorists trained by Pakistan, sneaked in across our border. Does this in fact also show with the kind of training that these terrorists get? Because Gaurav earlier was pointing out that almost now these terrorists are being trained with the Pakistani army regulars.
Of course. It is a myth. This word, non-state actors. This is not true in the context of Pakistan. These are terrorists that have been brought from the West. They are fully experienced. They have gone through the Afghanistan war. They have fought with the Americans. They have fought with the Russians, and they are very, very experienced. Second generation terrorists. These second generation, and in fact now you got 3G as far as terrorists is concerned, and these guys are very, very mature and skilled war fighters. What they lack is leadership, and that's where the Pakistani army comes in. Pakistani army decides the targets to them, grooms them, and then launches them, and their execution is pretty good on ground.
Major Arya, we were earlier talking about our army chief. I mean, he is in Puri. The defense minister is also in Uri. Instead, don't you think that there should have been possibly brainstorming that should have been going on in Delhi? The top leaders of the armed forces should have been in Delhi, planning their next move rather than going there and in a possible way increasing the burden on the local commandos, those who are already dealing with these terrorists.
No, absolutely. I don't think the army chief should have gone to Kashmir. He's needed here in Delhi. He's needed right next to the Prime Minister. The army chief is the Prime Minister of India's primary defense advisor, and he should have played that role. See, there are a lot of people in Kashmir, a lot of people in the Indian army who can do this. And there's the brigade commander of 12 Brigade. There's the Div commander, there's the corps commander, there are two corps there, there is the army commander. So you do not need the chief of army staff of the Indian army going to Kashmir. And I think along with the other two chiefs, Army, Navy and Air Force, all the three chiefs should have been with Mr. Narendra Modi, advising him on what military steps to take. There was the DGBSF there. I don't expect the border security force to cross the border and attack Pakistan.
All right, we'll continue our discussion. We're slipping into a very short break. On the other side, we'll get you inside details that our correspondents have managed to get on this terror attack. What was actually the target? What these terrorists wanted to do, and how this entire attack took place. And we'll also get our experts to speak to you about, tell you in fact about the entire operation in detail. Breaking news coming in now. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has tweeted on the Uri terror attack. The Finance Minister has said, and I quote, "Perpetrators of Uri attack shall be punished. My thoughts and prayers are with the families of our soldiers injured and martyred." This is what the Finance Minister has tweeted just a short while back. All right, let me bring in Gaurav Sawant at this moment. Gaurav, we saw Ram Madhav's tweet. We also saw Prime Minister's tweet. At least one thing is common in all those, that we are talking about hard action. The entire political leadership, as of now at least, saying that they want to punish Pakistan. But is it just another attack, just business as usual after every attack, or is it going to be something different this time?
That is one big challenge for the Narendra Modi government. After the Pathankot terror attacks, ISI was permitted inside the terror base. Why? Because the Prime Minister hoped that once ISI comes in, Pakistan will be left with no excuse but to take action against the perpetrators. So far, Pakistan has taken no action. Apart from that, there's been another massive terror attack, and this would have been much bigger had the Poonch terror attack succeeded, had this Uri terror attack been as big as Pakistan expected it to be, and those third Fidayeen, that third group that is still out there. All of that calculated to raise the stakes so much that world attention is focused on Kashmir. That is what Pakistan wants. What will India's response be beyond the Kadi Ninda?
Right.
That now remains to be seen. But from what my sources tell me, not just in the army, but also in the Ministry of Home Affairs, Pakistan's proxies here will be taken out first, and then the other action will follow.
All eyes will be on Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the entire political leadership on how they tackle this latest terror attack. With that, I thank all my guests. We are completely out of time for giving us perspective on this story. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us here on India Today. With that, it's a wrap on this bulletin. Stay tuned. News and updates continue on India Today.